towards the pocket, not favouring any teammate in particular. And Warwick Wilson escorts it out of play for Swan Districts. Always going to be a difficult challenge with just 2 fit men on the boundary. As we know, 11 Eagles on the injury list at the moment, and that trickles down to your waffle side. It does. Seeing plenty of skills on display from a couple of our top-ups. Archie, a long snap from about 48. It just drifts to the near side.
A couple of moments, doesn't he? There's a couple of moments. I'm surprised he wasn't. I know he did travel as emergency a couple of weeks ago. He must be still knocking down the door with the right opportunity. Jackson Nelson got the call up this time around, but I reckon Archie just got to keep on contributing at this level.
Dare say that's just a positional option there.
Yeah, that's Simo said that, didn't he? In the final 22 interview. Big fly, no mark taken. Here's Gray, hand pass over the top. Your man Archie.
Short little dab kick, and it's precise. He finds Reid on the lead. And a chance for Nick Reid to line up for his second goal in the WAFL competition.
Well, you call Nick Reid. You got that excited before. 66, clickety-click. You did kick a beautiful goal here in the game.
It's hard to get excited over a 25-metre outset shot rather than a one-step drop from 60.
This is Nick Reid, remember.
I do recall the name. Remember it, folks.
Couldn't hit the side of a barn in the previous couple of games. Recall.
Playing his 3rd straight game for the West Coast Eagles. Lines up, beautiful left foot kick. And it's not on line.
It's got narrow.
Nah, prefers it.
Tough.
3 people on him.
Yep.
60 out, no time. We don't want him thinking about these set shots.
So still 31 points to margin. Still about 10 minutes of game time to go.
Long kick out from Swan Districts. Gulp the target. He's beset upon by a few Eagles. O'Neill a bit fumbly there. Gives Wilson a chance to mop up. And a big wrap-up tackle has another ball up.
Do you want a roll change? You go special comments for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, go on. Why not? Let's do it. I'll see how easy your job is.
It's not that hard, really.
Go on, then.
Williams up. Taken by Riggio. He's wrapped up in the tackle. He's going nowhere, and we're going to have a ball up. And a very slight slither of sunshine coming through the McDonald's stand and where we are, of course, the members stand. One down. Here's Smith, smothered off his boot by Simpson. O'Neill through traffic, by hand. Can't get a handle on it at the moment, and that's Ainsworth. They work it out now. Kick around the corner, taken here by Billiard. Inside 50, the mark's been paid. Good mark too, and your man... Reid, North Beach Reid, he's kicked 1-1 today, a beautiful goal, a misset shot, and he's lining up directly in front. If he's worth his salt as an amateur footballer, he needs to kick it.
Tremendous take there from Nick Reid. Obviously, Swan Districts pushing one back as a loose man inside defensive 50, so Reid had to come from the side and outnumbered, takes the grab.
Hasn't looked out of place in the games that he's played. He has hooked it, but he's kicked the goal, so he's kicked 2 goals in his... 3rd game, so well done to Nick Reid, and he sprints off the bench. A much-needed goal to all the West Coast Eagles. 10-10-70 Swans. West Coast have got themselves to 6-10-46. So still about 5 or 6 minutes, as you see Luke Webster say to Nick Reid, well done, boy. You're happy with that, and it was a good mark.
Well, you'd almost be happy for him to have car troubles and not get here on time for the start of the game most times. If he's going to kick 2 goals and be as prolific down forward as what he has been, get a dodgy engine inside his bonnet most weeks, I dare say.
You got any at North Beach? Got any mechanics over that way?
Surely, we haven't got any doctors. I'll give you the hot tip.
All right, margin back to 24 points. 21 minutes gone. Hungry Jacks bring us the live stream.
Go on, Tim.
Back in the middle. Another crooked bounce. Galt. Coming off the square was strong by O'Neill. Now the ball comes Archie, gives it to Gray on the left. Williams gets rid of his man, then drops the footy, taps it back. Rayner taken without the footy, 25 out. Snap around the corner, quick snap too, and the Eagles could have gone back to back. And the kicker, and there was Hug, who hooked it across the face. 6-11-47 to 10-10-70, margin back to 23.
You can absolutely tell the players that are a class above in this competition. Archie feigned 2 handballs in the middle, gained the space to Gray. Geez, he's got poise when he has the footy out there, Brendan Archie.
Rayner in the back pocket, so Swans will win the game. There's some really positive signs here for West Coast today. They're undermanned. They've really had to go to the add-ons. That's a good mark taken by Brooksby, 70 metres out. He's always a positive. Hampson closed him down. Lucky not to be 50 metres. Agree with that call. There the ball comes down. Under pressure. Oh, he snapped it into the post. Salamone. He's had 2 narrow chances at kicking his first goal as a West Coast Eagle. One touched on the line when he thought it was being gifted to him. On that occasion, the snap has hit the post. Tell you what, they get a goal here very quickly. There might be a little sniff for West Coast. 6-12-48 to 10-10-70.
He's kicked 3 goals as a Perth Demon in his time in the seniors at WAFL competition. Almost a 4th and probably almost his best.
Kick out, and that's been a good mark and taken by Coleman, I think it is. It is. He kicked a wonderful goal early in the game. He has it at half-back outside his defensive 50. Down the line, Riak and Blakely, the dock, pushing and shoving. That's the direction the kick will go. Blakely up, doesn't mark. Ball come to the back. Ainsworth back feeds a hand pass to the skipper McInnes with a hand pass again. They'll have to chip it back. Rebillard, good vision, good setup. Taken here by Rotham. There's the switch on now. He could go across to Brander. He has a bounce, but not too sure he's got many options. They're going to zig it back across here. Here is Brander coming back to the coach's box wing. Mark being taken by Fisher. Good run from McInnes. All of a sudden, the game opening up. Down the line, Salamone. He marks, plays on. Inside 50, Cameron on the lead, and he marks 45 metres out on a slight angle.
It was perfect play. I think Rotham understood that on the far side, there was absolutely no West Coast option. Swan Districts were too good on their defensive pressure. They saw the way West Coast were going, and in the end they had to revert back, hence why they had a couple of loose numbers here on the broadcast wing. Stephen
Bandy with all the Hungry Jack special comments. Dana Hooker working the boundary line, and I can tell you Jared Cameron's lining up for his 4th goal. Leans back, kicks it long, kicks it strong, and there's a little sniff in the air for West Coast. All of a sudden the margin is back to 16 points. 10-10. 7-12.
Tremendous finish there from Cameron. A couple of set shots going askew in today's proceedings. Good to see that he's found the middle, though. And an impressive 4 goals after just the 1 last week. Really has been a live wire up forward.
He has been very good, hasn't he? Kicked 4 of 7. Reid with 2 and Archie the other. Galt and Riggio, the multiple goal kickers for Swan Districts.
As we see senior coach Luke Webster at ground level, just commanding his troops. Not too good a view down there, but passing on messages that are critical to this, perhaps, best comeback in West Coast waffle history?
Yeah, well, I would say that out of the 3 games that we've seen, this has been a really good performance. I reckon the coaching staff will get a lot out of this at various stages. Depth has been tested, grit certainly not questioned, and a lot cleaner in these closing stages of this game. Ball back in the middle, and it started with Brooksby. Wins it down. He tackles Hampson, but Hampson gets to Blakely. Kicks to half forward. Being held off the footy. There's a hold of the jumper. Which way does the umpire go? It's a 50-50 call, and it's going to go to Italiano inside 50 turnover. West Coast are out and going here. They switch the play. Over the top, taken by Brander. It's play on at all costs here. Brander will go straight up the middle. Bailey Williams got nudged out of it by the experienced Knott. Ball comes back. Again, strong tackle. Going nowhere. We're going to have a ball up forward of the centre circle, West Coast end of the ground.
It's been such a... Sorry, Tim, to cut you off. I'm just getting used to this special comments gig, but it's very rare that West Coast have gone corridor out of their back half. Obviously trying to do it on this occasion, throwing caution to the wind in the late stages.
There's a hack in there. I'll tell you what, Keegan Brooksby's been dealt a couple of rough cards at the moment. Should have got a 50 before and then just got pinged for a dangerous kick in there. It's a good mark. Oh, that could have been real dangerous for Brander. But that is a really good mark taken by Coleman under pressure from Riak. And then the ricochet on Brander took his knees out. Lucky escape for the West Coast.
Can't get contact below the leaves after a mark, unfortunately, even though we would like to appeal.
Kick by Coleman. Down the line. Punched down by Rotham. Comes to the back. Italiano sees it over in front of Curnow.
That was a critical tap from Curnow because we had Noble loose in the goal square. We had Fisher playing in front of him by 20 yards, so very important little touch over the line there.
This throw-in's in front of the McDonald's stand. It's been the home for many an away team fan over the years. That's all they used to house them. It's the only cover they used to get. Payne tackled by Salamone, and the ball goes over the line and out of play. So Swans will win the game. But there's a lot to like about the finish of this contest. West Coast seem to have opened it up where the Swans have put the cues back in the rack. But one thing's for sure, lack of numbers for West Coast, but commitment cannot be questioned today. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks to Hungry Jacks. Throw in. Brooksby double-handed it down. Ainsworth, look away, hand pass was good. Getting involved now again was Rotham. Throws it on the boot. Here's Williams. Oh, he had it and then spent it before he actually took full clean possession. Taken by Knott. Threw it on the boot. It's going to come back. It's going to come back quick. Chipped by Foley around the corner. Taken by Smith. Players are queuing up further up the ground. Ainsworth is one. He's got a runner outside. It is again Curnow. He kicks it long inside 50. Brander's provided a good lead. Good mark. Under pressure from Rayner. But that's a very good mark, and Brander can go back and have a shot on goal. Gee, tell you what, add 2 or 3 minutes to this game, and West Coast are charging. Get this one, and they're 10 points down with a couple of minutes to go. Imagine getting another centre clearance. Could happen very quickly. Great
dukes there from Brander. Costly fumble earlier with Williams. They had the run on. They had Brander and Cameron streaming back to goal, but in the end, still able to recover. And a set shot on the cards for young Jared Brander.
So this will certainly have Swans on the back foot if he can slot this goal home. He likes it. No, he doesn't. It's just gone short, and yep, he thought it. He originally put the hand up as though, I think I might have nailed this one. So that might just take the air out of the tyres for the West Coast Eagles. 10-10-70 to 7-13-55, margin back to 15.
Recently moved in with Jack Petruccelli and Patrick Bynes, young Jared Brander, so let's hope he can survive that onslaught.
Here's the kick in. Riak up. He's cut it to come into the game, taken by Doc Blakely. Throws it on the boot, running hard back is Fisher. He's got players inboard. He's just got to switch the play. He does it well. Goes to Smith. Smith's got another one he can go on if he wants. He lets to go to the longer outside kick. Mark's been taken by Ainsworth. He goes to the left side, then hand passes back. Taken by Curnow. Curnow goes wide on the lead. Good, strong mark. And now West Coast, all of a sudden, starting to get a real sniff. They swing around. There's the kick by Reid. Inside 50. Where's Cameron? Lurking with intent. Payne is there. Hanson needs hand pass. Intercepted. Oh, well done by Brander. Shakes the tackle. Bit of shake and bake. It comes to Archie. Snaps with the right on the outside of the right boot. Can't bend it back enough. They are living in their forward half. Too little too late. 7-14-56 to 10-10-70. Margin back to 14.
Brander's evasive skills for a big man are marvellous. And I think he got rid of his tackler and then didn't know what to do with it. Almost didn't predict that he'd have time and space after clearing off the tackler.
Smith off the ground, just cramping up, and the siren sounds. And Swan Districts win their first game, as we heard from Dana Hookup, in almost a year at Steel Blue Oval. Good contest, gutsy contest. West Coast was storming, but Swans had done enough to get home by 14 points. 10-10-70 to 7-14-46. Steve Bandy, for West Coast fans, the form of Rotham, Brander and Jared Cameron, and also the big man Keegan Brooksby, plenty to like.
Love Brady Gray's game today. He was relentless throughout, won a lot of hard footy inside the contest, and Cameron came to life in that second half, prolific down forward. There's a lot to like about their performance today. As I touched on, 11 players on the injury list. This is time for our Hungry Jacks highlights as we take a look at some of the proceedings for the games that know, if in case you've just missed it or tuning into the West Coast Adelaide game. Nick Reid with his first goal at the WAFL level was an absolute perler from about 55 metres out. Good on the young North Beach local.
And let's take a check of some of the highlights, as you can see there. I'll go through the stats while you're taking a look at those highlights on our Facebook live feed. Josh Smith had 28, Brady Gray 27 with 6 tackles, Andrew Fisher 22. Xavier O'Neill had 21, Rotham 21, including 7 marks and 3 tackles. Archie 19 and wore some dodgy socks, 1 goal. Mudava 18, Ainsworth 16, Foley 16, Brander 15, was very elusive. Reid 15 and 2 goals. Well done to Nick Reid, the North Beach amateur. Liam Rabilia chimed in with his own 15 possessions. Curnow had 14, Brooksby 13 and 50 hit-outs. 7 tackles and 5 marks. The skipper Fraser McInnes had 11 hit-outs and 10 disposals. Brody Riak had 10 disposals. Cameron 9 disposals, 4 goals, 1. Salamone had 9 and 2 points, both narrow chances to kick a goal for West Coast. Coe 6 and a dislocated elbow. Hug 5, Bailey Williams 5, and Joel Kalazic went off the ground with just 2 disposals to his name after being concussed. Swan Districts, George Hampson 27, Riggio 26, Turner 22, Cipro 20, started like a blaze of glory. Tony Knott kicked a bomb from outside 50, 16 disposals. Payne 16, Galt 15, 2 goals. Wilson 15, Italiano 13, Coleman 13, Blakely 11 and 15 hit-outs.
As we see our next game, round 8 against the Claremont Tigers at Optus Stadium, Tim. When you know you've hit the big time.
Hello.
That's going to be the curtain raiser to, of course.
It's a long day.
Westco, tell me about it, but it's happening on June 2nd, 11:30 a.m. Tune into that one. Going to be a long day for Westco supporters, but let's hope a couple of victories back-to-back.
All right, and just before we wrap things up, and thanks to the wonderful team who have done a great job, and I can tell you that other games being played at the moment, and they are... Well, the Peel Thunder West Coast West Perth game has just started. Peel Thunder are 3 straight. West Perth are 1 straight. Subiaco have defeated Claremont by 24 points. Shock horror. 11-10-76 to 8-4-52. East Fremantle back-to-back wins. Bill Monahan over Perth. Ever since Adrian Barrich jumped on and started pumping up his tyres and getting photos taken, and there we are, the media's on board. They've lost back-to-back games. 12-8-80 to 9-8-62. South Fremantle beat East Perth by 1 point.
Wow.
15-13-103 to 16-6, 102. And the last check of the AFL game before, of course, we cut it out here. And it is West Coast in front by 3 points in the last quarter. It is 9 minutes gone into the last quarter, and West Coast are 10-7-67 to 9-10-64. As we take a look more of the highlights, thanks to the team, the hard-working production team. Well done, Dana Hooker. Welcome aboard. Thanks to Steve Bandy. This is Tim Gossage on behalf of the hard-working West Coast Eagles team, saying goodbye from the live stream, courtesy of Hungry Jack, Swan Districts home by 14 points.